Okay, now you're going to have to break down everything. In other words, you're going to have to take everything apart. I would highly recommend taking this off. It'll make things a lot easier. It's really easy. Let me show you how you do it. So, to take off the shrouding over the engine, you just take off these clips. Like so. There we go. And it comes off literally that easy. You just pull on it. There you go. Now here's the clamp. This is for the factory clamp. So just loosen this up and take that off so you can remove this whole intake part right here. So once you already got this loose, all you got to do is just pretty much unclip this, do that, and then this breather hose, this little clamp just push together and that'll come off. And we'll get back to that in a little bit. Now going back to this part, now you want to completely remove it. So you just remove this factory intake system right here. And we're also going to remove these hoses back here too in a little bit.
There you go.
Now, to remove this part, there's like this little spring right here. There's a spring that's around the intake. Just remove that a little bit and then pull underneath here. And you should be able to take it right off like that. Alright, and attach your intake, you're going to have to remove these two zip ties. Now, I was going to cut them, but I realized you can just pull them up like this. And they come right out. So there, so now it's free. Alright, next there's going to be 4 screws that hold in this top intake into the mount. There's 2 on each side, so remove those. So once you got those 4 loose, all you got to do is just take out your intake top. So next you're going to want to remove this bolt here. You can use either a ratchet or one of these to remove it. There's going to be an 8mm bolt right here. You need to remove that and then you'll be able to take off this. So let's get there. So you just loosen that up right here, that 8mm bolt. And there's one more bolt right here. It's a 10mm bolt. It's right here, so just loosen that up and then you'll be able to take this off completely. Okay, now we couldn't, without removing the battery, we're trying to do this install without removing the battery. We couldn't get that out. So I figured out if you pull really hard, it comes right out. Alright, now we need to remove this resonator box. All this stuff needs to come out right here. There's a bolt right here, 10mm, and another 10mm back here. But these two are the most annoying thing. What makes them easy is having a power drill. Here. There we go. That came loose. You just do that to both sides. I remove this and then this will be able to come apart. Alright, so now you remove this part right here. That'll uncover this 10mm bolt. You just loosen that up. And once you get that out, we're going to start pulling everything apart. So once you loosened up everything down there with the resonator box, you just remove these clips right here to remove this little plastic box. You know, remove the air tube and all that stuff. It just pulls right up. So just remove that stuff. Okay, so once you got that off, now you start just literally pulling everything apart. And you're going to use brute force to get everything out of the car. I mean, you just got to wiggle it all out. There you go. And this is what it should look like once everything's pulled out. Okay, now in your kit they should include a vibration mount for your intake. That goes where this is at. You're going to relocate this to this spot. There's an extra spot. So just loosen this up and you're gonna move all the grounds over there. Once you've already relocated this right here, then you go on and put in your vibration mount into that slot that was now opened up. Alright, next you need to remove this clip right here. You need to remove all this. This entire part needs to come off. So you're gonna have to remove this and remove this part right here. So if you can't see, like I said, this part, that part right here, and if you look right below here, there's going to be this clip and there's one right here right in the middle. You can't really see it that well, but it's the one right here you got to remove. You should have instructions with a cold air intake. And now it's time to slip it in. So do very carefully so you don't scratch your intake. Go. Alright, and they're gonna include a little spacer so you can put it in here. So just put this in right here. And then make sure that, don't forget to put in the clamps that come with it before you put it on here. Okay, next you're going to want to plug in the hose that you removed from back here earlier. If you look at the instructions with your intake. This should go in pretty easy. Just put it in there. Your kit might include clamps. Honestly, for this, it's such a tight fit that you don't need a clamp. Next, this end, you're going to want to put it right here. And then, like this one, we do have a clamp on it. So, you know, you just fit it in there. Then with the clamp, you just tighten it up. Alright, and now you need to plug it in here. The other hose, plug that in here and right here, right below here. You can't see it, maybe barely, but it's down there, the other part. Once you're done putting on those two hoses, finally this, you just slip it in there and just tighten up the strap with, you know, flathead screwdriver, or, you know, or an 8mm socket, and you're good. Now it's time to just put back on the bumper. Okay, next, really important, do not forget to plug in everything that you took out. So whatever you might have taken out, make sure everything is back in.